Hey everybody, welcome back for another missing persons video. Today's case is on Amy Lee Bracken. Amy is from Somerset, Pennsylvania. I could not find much about her online, but she was 39 years old when she disappeared almost a year ago. Shortly before she went missing, she had met a man online named Brandon Lordeone. Brandon and Amy had hit it off pretty well while, chatting online, and decided they wanted to meet in person. So on January the 17th of 2020, this year, she put some of her belongings into a backpack and had a friend give her a ride to North Braddock, which is just a little over an hour away from where she lived in Somerset. So she went there with this friend so she could spend the weekend with this guy, Brandon. She did not take her cell phone with her. Apparently, she had a phone, but just a few days before the planned trip to North Braddock, the phone broke and she didn't replace it with a new one before she left. Amy made it safely to North Braddock. We do know that. The friend dropped her off at Brandon's home, and that was the last time the friend saw her. Almost a month went by and no one saw or heard from Amy. She very much depended on her father and kept in contact with him especially, so this was odd. She wasn't putting anything on social media, which is something she did quite often. For her to go that long without posting pictures or a status update was very unlike her. On February 10th of 2020, a family member did report her missing. I'm unsure why it took them so long to file a missing persons report. This seems to happen a lot in the cases I do. Maybe she took off often so they weren't worried at first. I don't know, but after weeks went by with no word, they knew something was wrong. Once word got out that she was missing, tips did come in, and Brandon, the guy online she met, was questioned. He told authorities that a man in a white Lexus with Ohio plates had showed up to pick up Amy, and that she had told Brandon she was going with that guy for a while and would be back.
She was a really sweet girl. She was somebody who was just genuine. She was kind, she was caring, somebody that you don't really see too often. She said she was just going to go somewhere real quick. She might stay the night over at a friend's house, and then she was going to come back in the morning, and I never heard from her.
Brandon claims he had no idea that Amy was missing until authorities came to talk to him. Now, several things seem fishy in my opinion. When talking about Amy in that interview, he doesn't say Amy is a really sweet girl. He says Amy was a really sweet girl. I'm sure some of you caught that, but I wanted to make sure to point it out. I personally think it's weird. Why are you talking about her in past tense? I've seen, clips from other missing person cases where they're interviewing the last known person to see them, and past tense is used to describe the person, and it always just gives me a really bad feeling. Also, this girl came to spend the weekend with you. You really liked her, and then she supposedly left with another guy and never came back. That doesn't bother you? I think it would bother most people. Now, I don't know if this guy is guilty of anything, and I'm not saying he is, but I myself find it strange. Let me know what your opinion of his story is in the comments. Maybe they met and didn't like each other as much as they thought they would, and she did take off with someone else, and maybe Brandon didn't care that she was leaving or that he didn't hear from her again. We don't know. We weren't there. I wonder, though, when she didn't come back to his place and he didn't hear from her, did he try to contact her via social media? That could be very telling, and I'm super interested to know if he did or not. Also, Brandon posted this on his Facebook page claiming this guy to be the one that picked her up. I believe he got that picture from Amy's Facebook page. Maybe he saw this guy driving the white Lexus. Maybe he really did identify this as the guy, or maybe it's a diversion to get the attention off of himself. I'm leaning toward the latter because I'm pretty sure the guy in the photo was an old friend of hers. This guy, 33-year-old Brandon, has had some trouble with the law, which he admits. In a 2019 incident, he stabbed a man during a scuffle and he was arrested and charged with aggravated assault, but he claims it was self-defense. Police have discovered that there had been a fraudulent attempt to use Amy's access card there in North Braddock. If someone tried to use her card to make a cash withdrawal at an ATM machines have built-in cameras. Those cameras are there to protect you in case someone uses your card to steal your money without your permission or tries to mug you while you're trying to use your card yourself. If the card was used maybe just to purchase something in a store, there are also most likely cameras. Most stores have some kind of video surveillance. So was it Amy trying to use the card? Was it Brandon? Was it the guy who supposedly picked her up in the white Lexus? Were they unable to get this person on camera? There's nothing reported about that other than someone tried to use her card. Now, no one is perfect. Amy had been in some trouble herself, including controlled substance charges, writing bad checks, and probation violation. I don't have the dates of when those things happened, but I think it had been a while. I am under the impression that she received those charges years before she went missing, though I could be wrong. I mention this because I've seen some theories online that maybe she ran off on purpose because of some trouble with the law. Maybe she took off and is hiding out. I myself don't think that is the case, and even if she did intentionally disappear, I think she would have still let her dad know, what her plans were and that she was safe. Amy is 5 foot 6 inches tall and around 215 pounds. With hazel green eyes and brown hair, though she has been known to dye her hair different colors. She has a tattoo on her forearm and her tongue and lip are pierced. I could not find a description of her tattoo or any report of what type of clothing she was wearing the day she was last seen. It has been almost a year since Amy's family has heard from her. I'm unsure of what steps have been taken in the search for her. I would assume they searched Brandon's home and checked his whereabouts starting, January 17th and maybe the week or so after, but I couldn't find anything stating so. I'm also unsure if they ever received any tips on the white Lexus that possibly picked her up. They don't have the option to track her cell phone, which is something that would have been incredibly beneficial. Because remember, she didn't have it on her because it was broken before her trip to North Braddock. Flyers have been distributed and her family urges people to share it on social media, but besides that, I don't think a whole lot is being done unless police just aren't releasing information. If you have any information on Amy's whereabouts, you may contact the Allegheny County Police Department at 412-473-1200. Please share her flyer. I will link it in the description box. And please share this video if you think it will help. I will never understand why some cases get more attention than others. Every one of these people deserve to be found. I post videos just like this one on the lesser known missing person cases every Wednesday. I mean no harm in doing so. I am simply trying to spread awareness. Please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and I would highly suggest checking out my entire missing person playlist that should be popping up on the screen right now. I know this wasn't a cherry video. None of them are, but I do want to wish everyone out there watching a very Merry Christmas. I hope you all stay safe, treat others with kindness, and hold your family close. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next week. Bye, guys.